here is my setup. In here is my truck gun, essentially. Yeah, it is my truck gun. Now this is mine. Inside of this bag is well, I'll just show it to you. So there you have it. It's Modern Outfitters MC6-SD and 300 Blackout. All right. So, let me put it away. Still for a second. So I'm gonna get rid of this bag real quick. But as you can see, the bag is small. This is a Vertex bag. I actually like it a lot, and I like the sling system because even though I don't consider this a quick deploy system, as in I'm gonna drop to one knee, pull out the bag and rip and start going, even though you can, it's not something I intend. I'm gonna go to my handgun first before I have to rip and go to this. And so if I'm going to this, I have a little bit more time to actually get to it and deploy it. So let's do some shooting. This is, what are we at? About 100 yards. So we'll start off with, I have some supers in here. So let's just take a couple of shots. This is a 6-inch barrel, so it's gonna be loud. I don't see myself running it like this generally, but if I had to, I can. Right now I have the Law Tactical folder on here. I have the new SB collapsible brace, well, just adjustable brace, as you can see here. I have it fit. I wanted this package to be really small, and so because of that, you know, I went with the RMR versus something more substantial, just to keep the profile really small. Of course, lights, all that great jazz. But I'm gonna stop talking and just do some shooting. Ears on. You know, considering how small it is, and I'm shooting supers, not shooting subs, the recoil isn't that bad. It's straight back. It's kind of a thump. It's like a doom, doom, doom. Yeah, it doesn't recoil that bad at all, actually. And the beautiful thing about it is I love this S&B brace on here because it does a lot. Because typically speaking, if I had to run it this way, I kind of find myself in this weirdly compact area. Now, indoors, that's fine. I think it'd be great for indoors aspect of it. But out here, if I want to kind of stretch it out a little bit and really kind of get behind the gun, I really, let's see. There we go. All right, I didn't really have time to really kind of zero this red dot, but my irons are zeroed. So I'm gonna be running my irons for the most part here. But nonetheless, with the subs straight out like this, I would hate to have to run it like this because I'm pretty sure it's loud as hell, as you can see in the video. But at the same time, it's not, I mean, it's doable. I'm not having any issues with it at all, you know. But 1, 2, just. You know, so it's light. That's the one thing I will say. It's light and it's balanced. And so with the gun, the gun actually feels really, really organic, so to speak, in my hands. It just kind of feels like it's a part of you. And it doesn't actually feel like a rifle. It feels more like an MP5, but it's actually smaller. So this is very reminiscent of your honey badgers, your boom boxes, so forth, or the ghetto blaster is what they call it. All of those rifles will fit in the same space as this. And so, like I said, it's loud, but it's doable. I don't have any issues with it. It's not really heating up on me, and it's just really well balanced. So now, where the gun's character may change, or the way I intend on running it, is by and large with the can. And like, again, I wanted to keep a smaller form factor as possible. So I'm right now running with the Omega 9K, from silencer code, as small as possible. So now, we're running subs through this, we're running supers through this with the suppressor can on it. So this is the form factor you get, just like that. So, let's see what we got. All right, so now I'm gonna run subs, and I just want you guys to hear how quiet this is. As a matter of fact, let me take these off. As y'all know, I typically run double on my Ear Pro, largely just because my ears are already pretty bad to begin with. I'm trying to hold on to as much of my hearing as possible. But at the same time, I typically still run them with my ears, even when I'm shooting suppressed. I don't really need to do it with these because these are subs, but whatever. So with the subs, fitted with the suppressor, the gun's character changes a lot. The recoil isn't as substantial as it is with the supers, but you'd expect that. However, what it does do is it's a lot softer shooting, and it feels more synonymous to an MP5 in terms of the recoil impulse. You know what, that might be stretching a little bit. Really close to it, but not exactly. So these are the supers. Like I said, I usually run it with my ears on. So with the can on and running the supers on this, the gun becomes noticeably more snappy. So when I run it without the can and the supers, you kind of get a thud, almost reminiscent of a 45. When I throw the can on and I'm running subsonic, it's kind of this, it's almost wimpy. The recoil feels just wimpy. I don't know really how to explain it. And then when I throw the can on it and I run the supers, it feels a little bit more snappy, almost like shooting a 40. Now with this setup, it isn't the quietest thing in the world, but I didn't set this up to be the quietest setup. I set it up so that it's quiet enough that it's not destroying my ears if I ever have to shoot this indoors. That's kind of what I was going for. I could, if I wanted to, go with the bigger suppressor and make it even more quiet, but we're talking about a 6-inch barrel, and then this little bitty thing here with the Omega 9K from Silencer Co. And you have a compact rifle that's relatively quiet. That at distance, let's back up a little bit. Let's see. Let's go back to. So this is 100. So 100 yards. Let's keep walking the back. All right, so now we're at 100, 118, 120. All right, let's keep walking. How many miles do I have here? All right, so now we're at, what are we pushing it at about 150. All right, it's 150. Let's take it back to 180. This is with the can on it, mind you. All right, so now we're about like 180, pushing 200 yards. Let's see what this thing does. So 180 yards, 6-inch barrel in this small form factor. I mean, you can't really beat that as a truck gun, right? And we're not talking about 5.56 or 223. We're talking about 300 Blackouts, a 30 caliber round. So take that. Sit right there, 180 yards. All right, so right now, it's not set up exactly the way I want. It's pretty close. Probably gonna swap out the trigger. This AOG trigger in here. It's not a bad trigger. It's a great stock trigger. But what I'll probably do is dump a Geisley onto this one. By and large, I flirted with the idea of putting a variable powered scope on here, but I think keeping this as small as possible is gonna give me the most bang for my buck. I think just set up like this, and then I'll probably switch out to a quick D attachment point for the can. And I mean, look at this thing. The thing is sexy as hell. And you know, I went with the Damascus just because I'm extra, and it's just what I do. But and I also just wanted to do something different because usually I go all black with my guns. So I figured, why not try something a little different? Be a little sexy. So there you have it. The MC6 PDW SD 300 Blackout from Modern Carbine or Modern Outfitters. Yeah, so this is my truck gun. So when I do the full review of this, I'll give you the complete breakdown and setup in the way that I have it staged. And just, you know, look forward to that. Damn, I gotta walk all the way back down there to get that bag? Whew. Before you go, I want to tell you about the new drinkware that's available now at shop.mrcolionnoir.com. Besides keeping your drinks cold for 24 hours and hot for 12 hours, they also make for a great conversation starter, are incredibly durable, and just look damn good. So click the image in the top left corner of this video or the link in the description section to order your drinkware today. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my channel by clicking the image on the bottom left portion of this video. Oh, and almost forgot. Go ahead and hit that bell symbol on the top right portion as well of this video and get notified when I release new videos. Noir out.